Another Saturday, time for another playbook review, and you might be thinking to yourself, Marshall, really? We're going to talk about Marshall the Thundering Herd? You're god dang right we are. This is actually the playbook we are going to be switching to in my online dynasty, and I think this playbook is great. If you like to run the ball, specifically out of shotgun, you got a good mobile quarterback, you got two good tight ends, of course a good halfback is going to help, and solid enough wide receivers. I think this Marshall playbook is very, very good. They have a wide variety of wing formations, a lot of them using two tight ends, of course. They've also got some good, really standard shotgun passing sets. It's a beautiful mix of run and pass. I think is absolutely perfect if you want to build a run first offense. So we're actually going to hop into our dynasty. I can show you how our Old Dominion Monarchs are set up and why I think this playbook is perfect for this team. If you have a similar team, I highly recommend trying out Marshall. We're going to go over those different wing sets. We're going to go over some of the other formations. They've got some one play bomb touchdowns against certain match coverages we can look at. Just a lot of good things. And by the way, if you're watching this and not familiar, we do run, I said that all wrong, but we do run an online dynasty on our second channel, Old Man Trying Things. The link for that is in the description below. 32 teams, 32 users, broken up into 4 separate conferences, 8 teams in each. It's a really good time. If you want to check it out, the link is there. If you're interested in potentially joining, that is all done through the Discord. Link for that's also in the description. Just tag me, DM me, whatever. Let me know you want on the wait list. We do have like 13 people on the wait list right now, so it might be a little bit before you get a spot, but if you're on there, I'll DM you when that spot comes open. So ODU, why do I think this playbook is going to be great for this team? It starts with our quarterback, our Hawaiian King, Mike Alahado. 89 speed, 90 excel, 88 agility, 91 change of direction, all fantastic. His great mobility, downhill, and option king. A couple really good abilities for us to throw on our quarterback here as well. At halfback, we've got a superstar, not really, but in my heart, he is a superstar, Devin Roche. He was with the team year 1, went to Kansas for year 2, came back here. We're in year 3 of this dynasty. 91 speed, 93 excel, 92 agility, 91 change of direction. Having those two in the backfield is a big reason I think this playbook is going to work. The real main reason I think this playbook is going to work is because of our tight ends. We've got Andrew Olesh, a total freak of nature, 6'5", 87 speed, 89 excel with silver 50/50. Behind him, we have a freshman tight end, Shakir Pepper, 6'4", 83 speed, 88 excel. And we even have Dawson Johnson, 80 speed, 83 excel. If you have 3 tight ends, that's even better because the first formation we're going to look at does involve 3 tight ends. So the more tight ends you got, the merrier. We're just going to hop into practice mode with these ODU boys. We're going to go over this playbook, and I'm going to do my best to convince you. Marshall, of all teams, has an awesome offensive playbook. Let's get to it. And I do want to mention right in the beginning here too, the smart thing to do if you really actually want to get good and like improve is probably to stick in a couple different playbooks. I am just personally addicted to jumping around and trying out all sorts of different playbooks, any different style, anything that catches my eye. So I change playbooks about every 4 dynasty games. It's just a fun way for me to kind of, I'm not as focused intently on winning every game as I am just having fun and trying different stuff. So if you're like me, give Marshall a shot. So we are gonna, well, first, they do have the split T, so we could run the split T, splits Krieg offense with this team if we really want to do. Fun thing to kind of have in our back pocket. But we are going to be focusing on the shotgun. We can start with wing tight Z. This is a very basic, very simple formation, but it can be very good down by the goal line with the runs here. We have duo and 0-1 trap. Looks a very similar run, except we have the left guard pulling on 0-1 trap. Goal line fade, I don't know when we'd ever call that. Maybe if we put Olesh or you have a 6'4" wide receiver. Maybe try your luck. But the main things out of here, number 1, the zone option. I think having something outside like that, a zone option run with a fast quarterback like we have with Alahado, mixed with the duo and trap, kind of keeps their defense on their toes a little bit. Just because we're coming out in wing tight Z doesn't mean it's just going to be a power run right up the gut at you. But we also have a little mesh concept. See, this is when it's great to have those 3 tight ends, because this is actually going to use your tight end 1 is on the inside right next to your right tackle. Your tight end 2 is the one on the left. Your tight end 3 is off of your tight end 1. So if you come out in mesh spot, it's our top 2 tight ends running that mesh route, which is exactly what we want. We want the most speed. We want our best players running that mesh, and I love that. We also have the little flat there for your halfback. That I don't know about. And the spot route to our number 3 tight end. You could put that on a streak. You could put that on a crosser if you're running this a little further back from the goal line. Because a lot of people are going to see this formation just come out, probably big man blitzes, big heavy defenses. Great way to catch them off guard and use your speed as long as you've got the tight ends to do it here with wing tight Z. So it's a good formation, I think. Not one we're going to use a ton of, but a good one to mix things up a little bit. Now going to wing pair weak. This is also 3 tight ends. Now they're all on the right side of our line. Tight end 3 next to our right tackle, tight end 2 next to him, tight end 1 on the outside. And with a left-handed quarterback, I really like these weak formations because left-handed quarterbacks, you want those runs going from left to the right. Just it's always been an EA thing. Right-handed quarterbacks works better going right to the left. Left-handed left to right, it just goes a little bit faster. Runs work a little bit better. And first, we're going to look at the runs in these formations, then look at the passes. So again, we have the inside zone power, very similar to what we saw in wing tight Z with those duo runs. Very similar actual runs. It's just, do you want that left guard to be pulling or not? We've got a counter weak, so now we've got a run that can actually go outside to the left. You guys, if you've seen any of these before, you know I love those runs, or formations, excuse me, that have runs that attack the different areas of the field. Same thing with the outside zone and the read option. So outside zone, we're trying to take that outside behind our 3 tight ends. Read option, you're either going up the middle similar to an inside zone or keeping it with your quarterback and going outside to the left. So this formation, 3 different runs that attack 3 different areas of the defense. Now passing wise, PA tight end seam, very, very good. I probably would like a drag route on B on this. We can go ahead and give it a call. We'll just throw them in a random defense here. But something like, you know, just put your tight end 1 on a drag. I personally always cancel play action. I don't love it. And then you'd want to do something with that comeback, or else we just got a little too much going to one area here. But then now we have Pepper on essentially a streak, a deep cross kind of on Johnson, and Olesh on a drag. Really setting up a good high-low. See if we can't fire that one into Johnson. Big body tight end. Oh, he dropped it. Fantastic. But just something like this, I like the setup of, and like I said, kind of clear Brown out. So he's taking any deep zones over on the left there, pushing them out. Hopefully that'll open up space for Johnson or even Olesh, because it's kind of making them decide, all right, where do we want to go guard here? So then we just take our little check down to Olesh, and he's so good, he's so fast, he's just going to win on that drag and get wide open. Then they want to come out press like this. Great, we'll see. Maybe Brown, he does not win on that. Our Johnson does. Can we hold on to this one? Sure can, buddy. Sure can. ODU's defense isn't that bad. It's not great, but it's not that bad. And we do play this Dynasty on Heisman difficulty. So that, I think, is a very good play. All go, also, I think, a very good play. Where again, we'd want to hot route something. This one probably RB on a drag. So we have the drag post going over the middle of the field, getting that same kind of high-low idea. Keep the wheel route on the outside, especially with this being our tight end 1. That'll be Olesh on that wheel route. Against certain man coverages and things, he's going to be able to absolutely cook on that. And you have tight end drive, another very good pass play, again, setting up that high-low. I love high-lows over the middle, if you couldn't tell. Tight end drive, I do think next level thing we could do if we don't want to keep 6 in blocking, like in that PA, I was blocking our halfback every time. Throw him on a Texas route, because then we have everybody going right to the left with our 3 tight ends, but then we have that Texas route coming back left to right, kind of puts the user in a little bit of a pickle, especially if they're calling a lot of cover 4 or something with just like one hook over the middle of the field. Snag spacing, that quick little out route B is on, can do pretty well against man coverage, especially with that being our tight end 1. So wing pair weak, I think another very good 3 tight end set. Mix in the runs, you have a couple of very good passes. That's going to be kind of the main theme as we go through this Marshall playbook, is yes, it is going to be run first, but when you have to pass, you're going to be able to out of these formations. That's why I like it so dang much. Now we get to just some gun wing. This is just going to be 2 tight end, 2 receiver, 1 halfback, both of our tight ends over on the right. these just stock pass plays. Oh, we're going to talk about runs first. I have to remember that's the cadence we're doing. We're going to look just at the run plays. Now I'm going to flip it because typically this is how I would run it with our halfback to our left because we have a left-handed quarterback. Inside zone, always going to be a good basic run play. You're going to notice a lot more passes out of here too. But then we have that inside zone kind of going inside to the right. We have a speed option that can go outside to the left and a read option run in here as well. So those are our 3 runs in here. The passes out of here though are really good. Like this halfback angle, I love the looks of this because we have the flat on our outside tight end kind of pushing people outside. We have the short crosser kind of on our inside tight end bringing people inside, and then you sneak a little angle route right in between the two. Beautiful looking play. Then we have PA fork. We're going to have a sharp corner route there on our A tight end, a little trail route on RB. You could hot route something on your halfback. I'm not entirely sure what. You wouldn't want to do a Texas route. You could just do like a flat to the left, and then we're kind of setting up a flood concept going over to that direction. But the main thing we like about a lot of these sets, and we'll do it with gun wing, is we can bomb cover 4 out of these, specifically cover 4 quarters and them keeping match. So if we put them in, we'll just do 3-3 over, put them in cover 4 quarters. I'm actually going to move the ball back here because this isn't the best formation to do it out of. We'll get to that one in a little bit, but this one still works as long as we have time to actually throw it. So all we're going to do here is we are going to streak RB. We're going to put a return route on the outside guy and keep that post on Olesh. So now Pepper eventually, like this one does take a little bit longer. So as long as we got time, Pepper is eventually going to get wide open against this match coverage. As long as he doesn't get bumped. When he gets bumped like that, kind of all bets are off when he gets totally jammed at the line. There we go. So he's off the match. There it is. So he actually gets off the line that time, and we're able to see him actually get open. As long as he doesn't get bumped. And then we're going to block our halfback so we can get as much time as possible. But as long as Pepper, there he goes off the line, you just got to wait a little bit, and there you go. Because that outside corner who's supposed to be responsible for him for whatever reason bites down on that return route. That inside post is going to take the inside quarter, and that leaves, oh, I did this all wrong. Actually... that still works too. We can still hit that post to Olesh too. But doing the return route and a streak here, as long as he gets off that line, just fine. You just have to wait long enough for that inside that other quarter to bite down on that post route, and then it's going to be wide open. So having the option to do that out of so many of these formations is another reason I really like this playbook. So we're going to focus on the runs first, but we have options to do other things if need be. So that is gun wing. Wing X off, I'm not a fan of. It's just all jet motions. You have a couple passes in here, but I don't think they look that great, in my opinion. Maybe you could hot route a couple things to make them work a little bit better, but not really for me. I don't think we're going to be running much Wing X off. Wing Y off weak. This we will do. This is a ton of quarterback run, read option, a lot of fun looking plays in here. PA slide you over, decent pass play. Just throwing that in there right away. This one's going to be much more about running though. We have the double lead read option. So both of our tight ends, we would actually run it this way. So both of our tight ends that are on the right now are actually, it's like an inside zone split. They're going to pick up that left side and setting up a read option with that blocking motion. I honestly think we'll just put them in a random defense this time. I think this would work really well to keep with Alejado. We're going to try to actually make the read though. Then keep it, and then see, those tight ends never really got all the way over there to make those blocks. Let's see if we keep it this time. Then it's a bit of a mess. So we just run right into the blockers. So I do think this is going to work better keeping it with your quarterback. Yeah. See, I don't like the blocking on just the run to Devin Roche here, but if we keep it, ooh, I didn't like that block. Well, that was just the wrong read anyway. I was just determined to keep it. We keep it and then try to get outside. No, see, maybe this one's not as good as it looks initially. That's why we test these things out. So this is going to go to Roche. Okay, so if we can keep it with Roche and actually bounce that back to the left a little bit, that I like the looks of a little bit more. Still not great. Again, we're just making the wrong reads a lot here too. We keep this. There we go. There we go. I just had to see it work at least once to know there's some potential and that we can try it. We can try it a little bit more. That's got to go. See, that was just a bad run stick by me. Because if we can look at the blocking here, if we actually take this and cut it up and cut right through here, right through this big old gap right here, then there's nothing but green grass, but I just run right into my own guy. So I do think there's potential with that play. Not a ton though, but there is something to it. For sure, something to it. Outside of that, we've also got just an outside zone run, GT counter bash and counter bash. Main difference, it looks like GT is gonna be the guard and tackle pulling versus counter bash is gonna be our guard and one of our 2 tight ends in here. Power read, a thing I really got to get better at, and this will be an excuse for us to actually try it a little bit. And a QB wrap, which I actually want to look at this really quick because it looks like it's a read option, but I don't think it actually is. No, this is just a quarterback run. Just with how the play art looked, it kind of looked like a read option, but I didn't think it was. So I just wanted to confirm my suspicions on that one. So this formation is really showing why I mentioned having a good, fast, mobile quarterback is going to be a huge help with running this offense. Because if you didn't have that, this whole formation would essentially just be chalked. Like, it wouldn't be very good if you didn't have a quarterback that can get out and run. But as it is, I think we'll be able to mix it in a little bit. So now we got a wing slot offset. Again, 2 receivers. These ones both over to the left, our 2 tight ends over to the right. We've got some RPOs mixed in here. We've got an inside zone and a power O with that right guard pulling, setting up almost like a duo type run. We got a read option, RPO alert bubble. Pass plays out of here I think are very, very good. Mesh spot, again, using those 2 tight ends, this time in your slot receiver. So it'll be your tight end 1 and your slot receiver making that mesh, and then a little spot route on B. This play is so difficult to stop. I have no idea how to stop it myself. So I'm hoping other people don't as well. Stick and nod vertical with your tight end going on a stick and nod route, a wheel route on your other tight end. Drive, just really overloading one side of the field there and then sneaking your halfback out on a little scissors route there. PA read, put a drag on A, put something on your halfback, you're looking good. Then a little RPO we can mix in here as well. So wing slot offset, another fantastic formation. Every one of these wing formations, except wing X off, and I think there's one more that I actually really don't care for, and I'm pretty sure it's wing slot over. I do not like the looks of this formation really at all. But this one and wing X over, I mean, we have 18 plays. The one thing out of here that I like, and I think we might actually try, is that QB zone. We have both the tight ends, both wide receivers, and our halfbacks going to be out lead blocking for a quarterback run. So I like the looks of that a lot, but we would need to find something else to mix in, like a quarterback power speed option. I would love a good pass play out of here. Maybe that QB power RPO, PA flood maybe, because I just don't want it to be super obvious that when we're coming out and wing slot over, it's a quarterback run to the right. You know what I mean? Like power is speed options going out to the right. I do want to see on this, if we take QB zone, can we flip this and go to the left? No, so it's all going to the right. Let's go ahead and give it a run and just see. Okay, and just follow your big boys. I like the looks of this quite a bit. And then this has to go outside a little bit more. Go get those blocks and go get out of bounds, Alejado. Another late hit on the quarterback there. So they're in zone coverage because there's that cornerback over on the left. This should set up pretty good, I would think. Couple yards. I ain't mad about that. I really am liking the looks. Cut it up. Oh, we got through that gap. Oh, if we got through that gap. I'm really liking the looks of the QB power out of here. It's just we need to find a decent pass play out of it. Maybe one of the RPOs. Of course, some play action stuff. Maybe the QB run RPO. Some other things we can mix in there with even the halfback strong zone. But with the QB power in the QB zone, I think you'd be cooking something nice out of that wing slot over formation. So that's it for the wing formations, but we do have one more 2 tight end set here. Actually, a couple more. Deuce twins over and just regular gun deuce. These, I don't know, nothing really grabbed my attention. Looking through these, of course, we've got another mesh. Always going to be good. Always going to be a fan of mesh. But outside of that, you got some good runs, you know, 0-1 trap. The RPO read Y flat with a tight end coming from the left. I do like the looks of that. So there is some potential there, but like the toss with no pulling blockers or anything, I don't love the toss there. Then you have the fake toss. I don't know. I mean, it's no go-go toss and fake toss, that's for sure. So deuce, maybe we'd mix in a little bit just for like the inside zone, maybe the counter on the 0-1 trap and the RPO to the flat. But other than that, not a ton in there for me to like. And deuce twins over, I just don't like the formations with an ineligible receiver. I just think that limits so much of what we can do. So I typically will try to avoid those like we have here with deuce twins over number 2 being an ineligible receiver. So that's it for our 2 tight end sets out of Marshall. That's going to be by far what we're running the most with this team, and I think there's a ton of potential in it. Elsewhere, we have got some really, really good stuff too. I mean, we have normal Y off weak, all just great standard formations, Y trips offset, wing trips, but this wing trips weak, I really, really like the looks of because we have some QB run RPOs. I think these are very, very, they're not nearly as good as they used to be. Back when this game first came out, the QB run RPOs were insane. They were so good. But I still think this alert QB counter rail with a halfback going on that rail route up the field, great way to catch people off guard, especially if they're shading underneath a lot of their coverage and they're going to have like 5-yard hooks on the field. If we can buy enough time for RB to get past those, you are looking absolutely golden. We've also got 3 different variations of bash, counter bash, GT counter bash. Why the heck not? But the number one thing we're probably going to be doing out of this formation with the QB RPOs is going to be trying to bomb cover 4 quarters, because we know the person we're playing against, which that video should be up against Utah State by the time you guys are seeing this, but he loves cover 4. He doesn't love it, but he does run cover 4 quarters fairly often. So we're going to try to catch him napping with just something like this. It's going to be that exact same setup we talked about, but this time we don't really have to worry about our tight end getting off the line like we saw the first time we tried it, because a lot is going to get off this line totally fine, and it's going to be that exact same window where they're going to all bite. They're all, oh, just need our offensive line to hold, where they're all biting on their different routes, and it's going to leave a lot wide open. This is why we kind of changed how we set up. Okay, well, it would help if you could make the throw as well, Micah. But changed how we set up our depth chart a little bit so we could get Lott in this spot. He's our fastest wide receiver. We want to make sure he's the one getting the ball in this pocket to hopefully outrun. Okay, Micah, please, buddy. This play's not going to work if you can't make the throw. I'm begging you. Let's just not even pass lead any sort of way. Just get it into Lott. But it works the exact same. That outside quarter on match, for whatever reason, even though it's not really a vertical route, he doesn't go more than, he is right at 7 yards, which I'm pretty sure is the cutoff for them to actually match on. I could be wrong on that, but I want to say it is. So he matches down on the return route, at least for a second. Then once he turns back in, he's like, oh, actually, I don't need to go watch this because our purple zone over here is going to watch this. But by the time he realizes that, it is way too late. And then this inside quarter is reacting to that post or crosser we have on the tight end. See ya, buddy. You're taking yourself totally out of the way. The other inside quarter's trying to back up, but then, oh, wait, there's a crosser or a post over here. I got to go help out on that too. And there's nobody on our slot receiver. So we're going to be trying that play. Hopefully we can get it to work at least once. I'd be pretty excited if we get it to work at least once. But between that and the QB RPO runs, I like the wing trips weak formation here in Marshall. Spread Y flex, I think, is also a very good formation. I do like the spread formations just kind of in general. I think Marshall's got a very good version of it with this Y flex, the motion mesh spot and motion whips. I think that's a very good 1-2 combo to have because they look very similar at the beginning. The X receiver in this instance is coming in motion. It looks like they're coming inside. Either they will be with mesh spot on the drags or they'll actually be out on whip routes. Love that 1-2 punch of plays in there. Y sails, always going to be a good play. Anytime you're flooding one side of the field like we are here with a short intermediate and deep route, any drop zone coverages are going to have a very, very difficult time guarding all 3 of those. In fact, they won't unless they're doing very specific adjustments on their side. We have another RPO alert QB run here with alert QB draw. With the slot fades, I don't know. I want to see actually if we can hot route one of these. Like, can we put Hill House? Yeah, we can. On like a slant or something like that. Or even like, yeah, we'll keep it with a slant. So then we'll see and then get the throw right in there. A little nasty to be hot routing RPOs, but I don't hate it. I mean, I don't even hate it kind of stock. And then we can throw, oh, we were way late on that. We had X wide open. I don't know about it stock, actually. It's not bad. It's not bad stock, but maybe a slant or something on one of our inside guys instead. That'll take some playing around with to see what we like a little bit better. But elsewhere in here, we still have some pretty standard, you know, air raid type spread Y flex plays, shallow cross, Y corner. This drive halfback wheel I think looks really, really good. So spread Y flex, going to be a big formation for us as well when it comes time to pass. Same with trips and trio right open. This is a very standard version of trips. You do have a speed option in there as well. You do have a power read in there. So again, that fast quarterback coming in handy. You got a few different RPOs. You got a few just classic slot corner, middle slant, sail, those kind of things. All makes for a very solid version of trips. But then we've also got trio right open, which is, or trio right tackle open, whatever the RT is supposed to mean. I don't know. But I am a huge fan of this formation as well. We have the RPO you can mix in there and double post. Very, very good play. A mesh with your halfback coming out of the backfield is so difficult for defenses to guard. Then we have the post already on A. I like having posts in that spot more than in routes. It creates a little more separation for the high-low. Love the looks of that play. Z under, very good against a lot of match coverages. With that slant B is on, kind of sneaking underneath the other two. Very, very good. Another speed option. We've got so much speed option. These corner strike C routes I'm not the biggest fan of typically, but you can make some things happen with those too. PA read and drive, again, kind of overloading, sending everybody from the right to the left, sneak a Texas route on your halfback there, make them kind of make a decision between, are you following the guys to the left or are you following guys to the right? So this is a formation we'll be in quite a bit. And then when we want to go to empty, now if you guys know much about me, one of my favorite things to go into is empty. I do like empty, specifically ones like Y off trips with the tight end attached so we can block him if need be, because so many people will see you're coming out in empty and will just send 6 because they assume you're only going to be able to have 5 in there to block, which is not the case for formations like this one. You've got plays where he's already blocking, like RZ double under. You've got things like double slot cross is an unbelievable play. We've got some really good quarterback runs mixed in here as well, because again, a lot of people will see 5 wide and will just pass commit. And with an 89 speed quarterback, we can absolutely cook them. If that's what they're doing between quarterback zone, split zone where he's going to pick up that backside defender power where that left guard is actually pulling out to the right. And just a lot of good things in this empty Y off trips. You do have empty trio as well. This one we can't block the tight end. You'd have to motion block somebody, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but we have the shallow cross and double pivot combo, which is great. Similar to what we saw in spread Y flex. They're both starting off, looks like it's a mesh. Sometimes it will be, sometimes they're actually going out on whip routes. Really, really good combo to have against man coverage. Same with hitch corners, posts and corner routes, all very, very good against man. So we'll spend a little bit of time in empty trio, but if we're going empty, it's empty Y off trips. If we're going trips, it's probably trio right open. The trips itself isn't too bad. If we're going spread, it's going to be spread Y flex. I think that's the best of the 3 different spread variations we also have in the Marshall playbook. Wing trips week is another very good trips. We'll be using the QB run RPOs. We'll be trying to bomb cover 4, but that's just between us. Hopefully our Utah State guy Boder doesn't see this between now and then, because we're hoping to catch him in some cover 4. But the main event is the 2 tight end sets, and I think between... I mean, so many of them. Wing slot offset, wing Y off week, not really wing X off, wing, 3 tight end sets with a wing pair week and wing tight Z. As long as you got the tight ends, I think this Marshall offense has so much potential. We'll see how it goes. So I'm recording this before we ever actually use it. Well, we've used it in Campus Tour. In Road to the College Football Playoff, we used the Marshall and got a win with them there. But I wrote it down and I've been wanting to try it ever since. And I think now is the time to unleash the Marshall Thundering Herd offense. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you've tried this playbook. If you're going to try it, what do you like? What do you not like? But that'll do it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with more campus tour, Middle Tennessee State. And then just a quick note, with the holidays coming up, we will have no video on Christmas Day, Thursday. We will have a video on the 26th, so we're just flipping the days off. Usually we don't have a video Friday, but we do on Thursday for the holiday, and for New Year's we'll have those flipped. So it'll be no videos on Thursdays, but will be campus tours coming out on Friday. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you next time. Until then, take it easy.